Okay. Uh, I don't know exactly what happened, but apparently, it got muted. So we're just continuing on. I stopped the stream real quick because I noticed it was muted, and I actually thought that I had not turned on the mic the entire time. So I just immediately stopped. I was gonna actually re-stream it and just do a new one. So I loaded up the where we were when we started. I saved where it ended. I then loaded up where we started the last one, and then I went back and checked real quick. No, it was only the last couple minutes, so I don't know exactly what I said. Sorry. It's yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Yes, I panicked. It was muted. I panicked. I thought everything was done. It was finished. It was all oh no. So like I said, I don't know exactly how long it had been muted. It was only a few minutes, so I don't know all of exactly what we missed. But sorry about that. We're back on track now, back on schedule, kicking it back up again. We got these guys almost done. We'll then switch for these, and I think we'll have to just do another batch of bricks. We're gonna have to go and get some more clay because there's not enough mortar. Oh, that was one thing that I was saying when I noticed it was muted, was that I think, I could be wrong, I might be repeating this. One unfortunate thing is that they do not have like an option to make a certain amount of something in the crafting menu. So if we're gonna make the, well, not for everything, I should say. Obviously, if you sculpt a brick, it's gonna sculpt one. But if you mix mud mortar here, it's just gonna mix the entire amount. So that would be kind of a cool thing to see in the future as an update, maybe an option to scale this based on what's in your inventory right now. If you want to change this number, you have to adjust what's in your inventory. It's just going to make everything that's in your inventory as much as it can make. So, I mean, we'll go ahead and do that because we need more than that. We need 2,000. But that definitely would be kind of a cool thing to see moving forward. So we're going to need to go get some mud anyways for that. It's done, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done. Oh no, there we go. Alright. An hour should be plenty of time, but we probably didn't quite need all that charcoal, but that's okay. So, actually, let's go ahead and put some of this stuff down. We have the crucible furnace there. I'm going to go ahead and place, it's so hard to see on the ground. I definitely recommend doing nails first because you're going to need them to, well, nails and saw, because you're going to need planks and you're going to need nails to make tables. And once you can make a table, it's definitely a lot better because you can see where the hell things are. So, I mean, you can kind of see them there, but they're definitely, you know, hidden in the brush. They're the same color as the ground and all the brush and everything, but we'll put them right there so that when we smelt, we can just pour them straight into the mold. It's really not a huge deal. And we'll put this here because it's a little bit bigger. We can see it, and we know that those are right there. So, 1, 2, and 500. Okay. So, to fill all three of those together, we're going to need 700 milliliters of completed liquid metal. I don't know what else to call it. Please tell me in the comments. I feel like there's got to be a name for it, right? There's like slag that like melts off. I mean, that's not all the melted stuff. There's, you know, ore that you start with. There's an ingot that, you know, there's got to be a name, right, for like the liquid. It's not just liquid metal, is it? I don't know. Maybe it is. Large piece of flint we can just set down there for right now. That's fine. Let's go ahead and search for some more clay, because we're going to be needing that, obviously. Not sure which direction we should go. We went right, actually, last time, so let's go left. And we just will keep an eye out. Looks like maybe some up there. I could be being deceived, though. I'm being deceived. It was this thing that I saw I thought was the bank right there. Yeah. I mean, we're going to need mud, too, I guess, so. Actually, it's more of what we need. We have a little bit of clay for the mortar, but I'd like more because we're going to need more bricks anyways, so. Hopefully there's some. Is not. It's dirt, which is, you know, kind of like clay's cousin. You know Clay, your friend that you met that one time at that one party. His cousin, Dirt. Here we go. Here's Clay. Good to see you again, Clay. It's been too long. So as you saw also, we don't necessarily have to have the mud. It is more convenient. We do have to have the clay, but the mud can be replaced with just dirt and water. Kind of a pain since we only have that little bowl that holds 200 milliliters right now. Once you get things that hold bigger amounts, it makes it easier, obviously, but that's alright. We'll go the just straight up mud and clay method for now. And this should be plenty, I hope, to get us get us the rest of the mortar that we need, and then the rest of the bricks that we need. And if it, I mean, this was pretty close, so if we're quick enough, we might be able to get back and just keep that kiln lit. Come on, you lost a little bit. There we go. There might be a tiny bit left, but that's okay. So let's see if we can make it back. And I know it doesn't really matter, but it's always a fun little game, and it's always like a little bonus. It's like, haha, yes, utilized resources better. I win the resource management episode. Give me just one quick second there. Okay. Okay, there we go. All good. Oh, actually, yep. Okay, all good. I'm wary about that mic now, you know. Alright, let's hope that we have like, if we had like 20 minutes left on the kiln, that would be good. Looks like it's still rolling, so that's good. How much time's left? Even if we don't, we can throw in some charcoal. Oh, 21 minutes, look at that. I don't know why I grabbed those right away, but that's okay. We'll make a few bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. Hopefully this doesn't take 20 minutes. I don't know. What's the time? How long time? 14. We're good. We're good. Look at it go. Oh, that was a bit of a relief. Whoops. Nope. Split. There we go. Let's go ahead and add 2 in there. Again, does it really matter? No. Is it fun to do? Yeah. So we got the crucible furnace. We're gonna be, let's see, we're gonna be +1 because we have 6 in there, right? So we need 5, so we're gonna have 1 extra. And then what else were we going to need? The clay brick kiln. So we're gonna need 21 bricks total. And we have the 1 there, right? Or no, 21. Where the hell did I come up with that? We're gonna need another 19 bricks. That's what I was trying to say. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then that maybe will leave us enough for some mortar. How much mortar can we make? Alright. Excellent. We'll do that. I know that's not quite enough bricks. We'll have to do 1 more firing, but that's okay. That will get us our next round, and then we can hopefully find some more. Well, we can do 2 more, right? 2 more batches, so we can get the other thing started. So we're gonna need, I don't know how many, but we're just gonna say that we need 3. Oops, that's not what I meant to do, but that's okay, that works. There we go. I'm gonna say that we need 3 for the next batches. Looks like that'll fit 5, so we can store some charcoal real quick. There we go. We'll just wait here for a moment for this to finish up. I'm going to take a quick little drink. That's an IRL drink. We probably need a game drink too. Oh, I need to go back and check on the water situation, don't I? That's right, we were running an experiment. Don't do what I did the very first time. See 100% and go ahead and take those out. Let them turn colors once they hit 100%. Whoops, nope. See, that's not what you were supposed to do. That's what we were supposed to do. Alright. Yeah, no, so the water is still there. 140 should be what it goes down to. So yeah, okay. Glad I wasn't going entirely crazy on that. We'll go ahead and eat one. Let's... Actually, no, you know what? It's fine. We'll wait around. We gotta do this. We'll wait. Finish up the rest of the bricks that are in our inventory. We'll go ahead and start the kiln again. For the last little bit, I think. I don't think we're going to really be able to time it well enough to... maybe. I don't know. I guess we can see. This is getting built pretty quickly. We can live a little, right? Let's see. Where are we at? 30%. Oh, let's live a little. Let's go. Let's go find some clay. I was going to call it mud, and I was like, that's not what we need. No, we need clay. Run, little man, run. Run to the forest. We are not headed towards water at all. We need to go this way. I'm glad I checked that. Again, the luxuries of playing on the easier difficulty is, of course, seeing your map. If you are playing on the more difficult ones, you do not have that, and best of luck to you. It actually is a lot of fun on the more difficult settings. You just have to be a little more prepared for it. Obviously not quite as casual. And we're definitely not making it back in time either, so. But maybe we'll have enough charcoal still in there that we'll waste a little bit, but we'll go ahead and keep it lit, you know. We shall see, we shall see. Yeah, obviously if you're playing on the harder difficulties, you're not just going to go in blind like this, just go run for, you know, you're gonna take some time. You're gonna go along coastlines or roads or whatever. You're gonna always keep an eye on where you're at and kind of which direction you're heading, cause yeah, without that map, good luck. If you get lost, like, good luck finding out where you're at, finding home. The draw distance, I guess, probably depends partially on your settings, but it is pretty far, as you've probably seen, for your campfire, but it's not like huge. Like, I mean, it's not really that far, actually. I mean, it's a decent distance, but it's like, I mean, yeah, it's easily be getting lost. You know, I mean, we can't see it from here or anything. Oh, why am I carrying the crucible? That's obnoxious. Okay, I'm not seeing any clay. There's clay across there, but I don't really want to swim across right now. Nope, not really. Okay. This was a, well, I'm not going to say it was a fruitless endeavor. We might still find clay, but, this endeavor definitely cost us some fruit. I think I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. It'll be fine. Great, now it's raining, so our fire might go out too. No, bad. Yeah, alright. I mean, I get you. You're just protecting your turret. No! It's fine, just eat it, dude. I'm not worried about you. I'm running away. No. Yeah. Jesus. Okay. So, definitely shouldn't have gone on this journey. What I was gonna say, before I was so rudely interrupted, was, oh crap, we're right here. We did all that to get right here. Okay. Yes, back to the rain and the fire. So, you're going to want to, I mean, you're not going to do it immediately probably, but as it goes on a bit, you're going to want to try and build sort of a shelter for your fire if possible. It will prevent it from going out when it, what? When it rains. 44, dang. Looks like ours is still going strong though. So you see, I mean, the draw distance isn't terrible, but like, that's, you know, what, I don't know, a couple 100 meters away. Maybe not. I was thinking like 200 maybe not. Maybe 100, something like that, but it's like, you know, if you're outside of that, I mean, good luck. Good luck finding your stuff. Okay. See, we did make it kind of back. As you can see, everything has this lovely tint to it now, because, well, everything's wet. Why? Well, because it's raining. It doesn't seem to affect things like the kiln, really, in the, like the clay bricks. Like, they don't, I don't think they harden quick, or slower because it's wet. I think it's fine. It will affect this, of course, the amount of time you have left as far as fuel in your fire will definitely decrease as it is wet. So that's what I was saying about how if you wait, I added 4 hours. Maybe not. Maybe they changed that. Maybe you don't need to build a shelter as much now. I'm not entirely sure. But we can go ahead and get this kind of going. We can put our crucible in there. We can put some more charcoal in there. I don't know what it takes, so we'll just do that. We'll put you in there. We will put you in there. As you see, this one just says charcoal fuel, so you can only use charcoal. Other things say wood fuel, so you are able to potentially use wood as well. Wow, really? Everything's wet, so we're gonna have a crappy... Okay. Well, we'll wait to light that then, since it's only giving us 55%, because everything's wet. Whatever. Oh, let's see. We have flint, right? Yeah. Can we make... Oh, we need a large piece of flint. Okay. So, as you can see, you can make, like the chisel blade. And spearheads, obviously for spears, and then the chisel blade is actually for like a flint and steel kind of idea. So, you can use it, I believe it can be used with your knife. I think is what you use it with, and it'll start. It has a better chance than just the flint. We'll go ahead and make one of those up. But what I'm noticing is it says it can chisel wood also, which I had thought before because it's called a flint chisel blade, but I swore I had tried to use it and it did not work before. So we'll have to try that out because there's some things, some wood stuff that we're going to want to chisel coming up here soon, and I thought I had gotten stuck before in having to having to make an iron one, which they don't have a bronze chisel, only iron, which I guess makes sense because bronze is kind of soft, but you got a bronze saw, why not a chisel, right? Right? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Anyways. There we go. We'll let that burn out. It's fine. We can start to go ahead and build our bigger brick kiln now. And we will need another 7 bricks and a bunch more mud mortar. And honestly, this can just go next to this, I guess. I don't like how this is all set up, but again, what are you gonna do, right? It's you gotta do this in order to build better stuff in order to organize it, right? I mean, that's just how it goes. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and make one of these. One thing I want to do is just to see if it increases our chance here. We switch this for this. It does. It gives us a 92% chance now. So that's awesome. And then I think it might keep it honest. I'm not positive. So yeah, let's go ahead and start making some metal, huh? What do you guys say? God, I gotta organize stuff. I just am not wanting to at the moment. Okay, break these down. And I can't do math right now. I think we need a little bit more. I don't, what's that give us? 59, okay. So as you can see, each piece of copper ore piece will give us 10 milliliters of good quality copper. Now, as we start to add in 10, we obviously are making it into bronze. This is good quality. And it says, there we go, 11 to 12% tin. And it does show our ratio right here. So we are getting close there. So, and then that will make us, well, 737, 738-ish. So actually, you know what? That's going to be enough to fill those two. So let's go ahead and take, oops, nope, just one of those, two of those, three of those. That'll give us 700 exactly, which we can go ahead and do. Let's do that. Now, 738. Yeah, we'll do that. It's fine. And if we ignite that, I'm wondering, we do, we still have this here. Excellent, okay. So I'm going to put that to the test soon. Once this is melted, so one thing, okay, real quickly, which I did not show, but this, you will see the temperature rise as you start the fire. You then have to hit smelt in order to do it. This is not auto smelt, like other things like the clay automatically fires, etc. You have to actually, do another step. You have to get the fire going in here, and then you have to go ahead and do the action to kind of put the crucible like over the fire, so to speak, and smelt it. Yeah, don't make that mistake. Otherwise, you're just going to be sitting here wasting fuel and going, why don't I have liquid bronze? Molten! There we go! Molten! No need to leave a comment if you haven't already. You should have already, but if you didn't, that's okay. Molten bronze. Yeah, I know that was there earlier. I didn't see it. I was busy looking at the 11 to 12%. One kind of neat thing is that for some reason you don't need anything to grab the crucible, so you don't need to worry about crafting a tool to grab it. You can just grab it with your hands out of this and then pour it into your molds that you have ready, which is kind of handy because that would be a pain. If you have excess molten metal, let me start with this. When you pull it off the fire, once it's finished smelting all the way, we will have then molten bronze. If we leave it there, it'll just stay molten as long as we keep fuel in there, right? As long as it stays hot. Once we pull it off, it will begin to harden, and it'll show a percentage amount of hardening. But with that being said, you have time. Like, it doesn't like instantly. You have to wait for it to get like 100% hardened for it to turn into a chunk again. But if you have extra, so if we had, let's just say we only need 500 of that, of this 700. If we pour out 500 and leave the other 200, we will then end up with a chunk of solid bronze that we need to then re-smelt, which cannot be combined with you can't do like the chunk of unmelted bronze with tin ore and copper ore, you have to do them separately. So I should have left a little just to demonstrate that, and that's what I was thinking of doing, is doing some extra, but it's kind of a pain to deal with, honestly. You have to keep, like, you can smelt all your, your bronze chunks together, but you have to, like, smelt down combine the iron and tin or whatever your combinations are separately, and then, if you have a bunch of bronze chunks, you can then smelt those together. But yeah, the better alternative, of course, that's what I used to do, and then I used to play inventory management sim and have a bunch of chunks and then put them in and then use what I needed. It's just a pain. And the better alternative is, of course, to just go ahead and there we go, there it is. Go ahead and make the ingot mold and put it all into ingots. That's kind of the best thing. So there we are. We now have this stuff happening. We are going to need a saw blade with this tool, or excuse me, a saw handle. So this here, steel chisel, that's what I used to think you had to have, but apparently you can use this, so we'll see about that very soon here. Where's the stupid handle? Okay. So again, if you get stuck on things, you can always click on there. It'll give you kind of the detailed stuff, and then oh hey, I need a saw handle. Where do I do that? Oh, I do that, well, not here, but I can click on there. There we go. Oh, I need a stick. I thought I needed a twig, that's why. We don't have no sticks. We used our sticks. Let's go get a stick. Hello, Mr. Stick. Hardening complete here. Once that's done, you're fine, you're good to go. You can leave them there, you can put stuff in your inventory. Doesn't matter, it's all good. And as you see, our nails mold still remain, so they're still there. It's all good. Nope. How about we craft and not build? How about we craft a handle? There we go, a saw handle. And we will pick you up. Look at that. We now have ourselves a handsaw. Lovely, lovely handsaw. Can we put this in our tool belt? No, I didn't think so. Okay. So, with the handsaw, we now have expanded what we can do. Whoops. Oh, yep. Still need to chop down a tree with an axe. I'm going to show you actually over here, because it'll give it a little bit better. So, you still need to chop trees with the axe. However, once you chop the tree down, you can begin to saw the various pieces, and this will give you planks, which we can now use to start crafting more and more and better things. Someday, one day, eventually we'll get there. I mean, that's a lot of tree to be chopping, to be fair. There we go. So we can go ahead and swap these that, and as you can see, this felled tree, we now can just begin to saw it. And it is going to take a while, but yeah, there's nothing else to say. It's just going to take a while. The one advantage of sawing is it does not take up much energy or stamina, so that is, of course, good. So here you go. Look at that. We did saw that whole thing. I couldn't remember if it would do just a section or the whole thing. Actually, whatever. Inventory management. I don't know why I even... You know what? No. Why did I even pick that up? That was stupid. So we now have short planks, and then we have long planks. There we go. Yes, the long planks do not stack at all. It's just one to a stack. So planking is definitely a whole thing. It takes up a lot of inventory room. So you're gonna want to be close to things. You're not gonna be wanting to hauling planks everywhere. You can, when you chop a tree down, you can chop it like you normally would for like the firewood. Chop the trunk into smaller pieces and move those around. However, those will only give you short planks. So if you want long planks, you do have to start with the entire tree. With that being said, look at all this stuff that it's opened up for us now. You need plank walls, workbenches, utility tables, hand cart, which is gonna be incredibly helpful. And oh, there's actually, why is it not showing? There's another cart we can. Is it called a wheelbarrow? Is it called I can't spell? Yes, a wheelbarrow. There we go. So this, the hand cart, you have to wait to make because it takes these wheels, which take iron in order to put the rim on the wheel. However, you can now, basically immediately, we can make a wheelbarrow. And as you see, this wheel is just short planks and nails. So we are first going to start, however, with a table. And is that under? No, that's under Miskies? Yes. First thing I want is a table in order to set up kind of an area. Second will be a workbench because we can store tools in there and we can use less material. I think it uses slightly less materials and it goes quicker to craft certain things. So yeah, let's start with the utility table. And we can place that, you know what, not yet. Let's go ahead and chop down this tree, I guess, because it's kind of in the way. We'll put the utility table back behind here, and we will leave the stump in order to work as that thing, whatever it's called. We can use it as a foraging station. That's right, foraging. Told you words are hard. So let's go ahead and do our utility table. I mean, yeah, this is okay. One thing, deconstructing takes a long time with things, so if you don't have to, then don't. But some of this you're gonna have to. Like, well, you can build new stuff too, but you know, this initial stuff, it's like, I mean, there's no way we're gonna have. We're not gonna have to move things, you know. Because initially you just make what you can where you can, and then we're going to be able to, we'll have the resources and the utilities and everything to be able to place things really how we want, make actual structures, and, you know, organize things a bit. So this is definitely one of those games where you kind of end up, you know, building and rebuilding, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, I don't think. I rather enjoy that sometimes. Where did the... Yes, the thing that I am standing here staring at. So we'll go ahead and saw this up, get a few more planks to finish up our utility table. We can then put all of our molds and various things that we're kind of working with up on the table. It'll make it a little easier to see, a little easier to work, do our metallurgy, I guess. And this, of course, being a much smaller tree, it does saw quicker. I think this only gives us short. Oh no, it does give us some long too. Cool. That I wasn't sure about. So we're gonna have to make a couple of these into short planks. Is that enough to finish it off? That is. There we go. Oh, whoops. Need to equip our quote-unquote hammer. So you will see that when you do not have a hammer, maybe you will see, if you just use a rock, it works for a while. Eventually it stops working. Rocks will break as you are using them to build things. We seem to be pretty fortunate so far in this one. I mean, yeah. There's no way to tell. I think it's kind of an RNG thing. It's not like it gives you a rock percentage. Oh, there we go. Stone fell apart. So you see it turns into pebbles. Haven't found out what to use them for yet. So far, they've just taken up space in my inventory. But I get kind of, you know, I don't know. Where'd that? Did we not just pick up a rock? Am I just? Oh, the wet rock. That's why. There we go. See? Okay, so there you go. See how quickly that one fell apart? I don't know if it's because it's wet or if it's just the RNG thing, but there you go. Case in point. We built like 60% with one and got like 2 hits on the other one. So, you know what? We can just grab it from our stockpile. We'll just grab 2. What? Where did you, oh, because, duh. There we go. Because you can't split them in there. Okay, there we go. Alright, and that's, oh, man. Okay. No, we just had really good luck on that first one, didn't we? Can you at least finish with this one, please? I don't care if you fall apart at the end. Just finish the frickin' table. Oh my god. It heard me, and it just spat in my face. I don't know. Possibly the stage of building has something to do with it, too. I don't know. But yes, anyways, there we are. Finally, that is done. We can pick these up now and put them up here so they're definitely easier to, what do you mean no space? You can definitely fit a nail mold in there. There we go. So there we go. Now we can, you know, it's much easier to kind of see what's going on. We're not going to get things lost. Of course, that being said, it is kind of hard right now because of the sun to see the highlights and the where it's being placed, but that's okay. Alright, there we go. That is looking beautiful. So we are going to want more nails, of course. We used up, did we use up all of them? No, we have 5 left, which is good. We can put those in there. Let's go ahead and grab some more copper. Let's go ahead and try and do up another batch. The flint we can leave in here, I think. And some sandstone. Okay, that will be okay for the moment. Let's also go ahead and start stockpiling this here. And yeah, again, kind of everything's kind of going everywhere for the moment, but it's one of those games. You gotta kind of do what you can to start, and then just constantly improve things, you know, as you uncover things. We got saved here, it looks like. Our young garlic is still alive. I honestly forgot about it, and I'm surprised it didn't die. But, you know, it rained, so that helped us out. We're gonna go and need some more clay later on, so let's go ahead. Yes. Let's make. We'll just do up a whole thing, whatever we can fit here, of bronze, and I'll show you kind of what I was talking about. That's fine. And then, yeah, I don't, what did it take? Didn't it take, did we do 3 last time? I feel like that's what we did, right? 3? Okay, that did not, oh, okay. Would help if I paid attention to things. Okay, fine. Let's go get another twig because, you know, if it can be an 82% chance, it's gonna not ignite 4 out of 5 times for me. Not ignite like the way it's supposed to do. So we'll do this. We'll go ahead and get this going. And as you can see, so it doesn't, yeah, I can't smell it yet because the temperature's raising. Now I can smell, don't forget to do that. We'll go ahead and pour this just into the 2 nail molds that we have, and I'm just going to go ahead and use it as a chance to show you what I meant by that extra chunk that happens. And why it's a great idea to do ingots as soon as you can. We'll clear up our little area around here quickly. As much as possible anyways. And then once we get to having, yes, we need some more clay. And once we get to having some covered vessels, we will cook some salt, and I'll show you what that's about. Alright, and speaking of, let's go ahead and eat a little something. So, we're gonna need some food coming sooner rather than later. So I'm gonna do the kind of easy thing. Well, whoops, didn't need all that, but whatever. We'll go ahead and do both. I'll show you fish trap and then a rabbit snare as well. We're gonna need more sticks, however, for that. But we can go ahead and place this rabbit snare. We'll go ahead and place it, I mean, kind of nearby, but you don't want it like right next to camp because, like I said, things will be attracted to it if you leave if you leave a catch in there. So that's all you do. You place it down. As you saw, I could rotate it and whatever. I don't know that there's necessarily a better or worse place to put it. I think things end up running into it anyways. There might be like percentage chances of like, you know, likelihoods and whatever, but I don't know that I've ever put one up that hasn't eventually caught something, so I don't know if you should be too worried about like, you know, pathing a rabbit and like, you know, it's not quite that realistic. But we can go ahead and fill up some water now as well. This should be, yeah. So let me show you real quick what I mean about this before it hardens. Fill up the nails and fill up maybe the nails, maybe the, oh, there we go. Also, if you see, we need a hammer to take this utility table apart. So again, moving and taking things down, pain in the rear. So as you can see, it is now, everything's cooling off. This is now hardening. There, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know. So I'll show you when we come back. I'll show you about that. We will get some more wood and, well, sticks rather, and some water. And then we'll go ahead and build a fish trap as well. Come back and bring that out. Can't quite make it up that, huh? Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You got it. Cheese it. Yes. Alright. We can go ahead. Well, no, I'll get distracted first. Alright. Eventually, we'll make it back to camp. We can go ahead and get our water boiling. Oh, that's some horrible inventory management there. We'll boil our water and then we'll build a fish trap. And go ahead and place that fish trap as well. Since again we are right near a water source, which does make it very handy. And oops, didn't want to pick it up for some reason, but same idea as the rabbit trap. We'll go ahead and equip it into our hands. And we'll take it over to water and go ahead and set that. Similar thing with the fish trap. I don't know that you have a 0% chance anywhere. But, you know, there are better places and worse places, I believe. But it's not crazy. Whoops, no, place. How about that? Can't place here. Oh, okay. So we'll just kind of do one of these of, you know, them swimming into the shallows maybe kind of thing. And we'll probably catch a few. Quickly, with that being said, I want to see about bow and arrow and... Okay, do we not have the things? Have we not discovered? Yeah, they supposedly added bow and arrows, but I don't know. And then the fishing pole too. So I'm guessing maybe it's that, yeah, bear shaft arrows. There we go. So then, why no bow? That's the question. I was wondering if we just needed to find, you know, discover some sort of string material. Maybe is why we couldn't see them and don't have them unlocked. Steel sticks. Yeah, sorry, I'm scrolling like crazy through it. It's because I just wanted to see. So a bear shaft arrow. Okay, I don't. You know what? Maybe crafting an arrow will show us. We'll unlock the bow or something. I don't know, or at least some sort of descriptor of it. But it would make sense that we don't have the bow or the fishing pole because of some sort of string barrier. I'm not entirely positive, but that would make sense, right? I mean, whoops, didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. So I think we needed one short plank, right? For bear shaft arrow. Okay, we discovered those. Okay, yeah, it doesn't help. I mean, we could see about... If we open it in the catalog, it doesn't give us anything extra, does it? Okay. Okay, I mean, it was worth checking, right? Again, we'll start our stockpiles here. Okay, so we are going to need to get more clay because we're going to need our 7 more bricks here and more mortar. Yeah, alright. Go ahead and stick those in there. Put those in. Everything else we should be okay with. Oh, you know what? One thing I was going to check. Is it a short plank, I believe? Let's see. Hammer, small stuff that it was. stoppers. Yes, you can. Okay, so this was something that's screwed me up before, was I thought I needed an iron chisel. You can use a flint chisel blade. This is a wood stopper, which will be used to put on top of like the clay jug, if I could type. So you have this clay jar, sorry. It will hold liquids, but you, in order to stop evaporation or do things like fermentation and preservation with salt and things like that, you have to put a stopper on it, and that's what that what this here was. And so you can, in fact, I used to think it was just me. I used to think it was a weird kind of imbalance there with the progression, because you needed to make steel in order to even make the stopper, but you should be able to. So yeah, you can do this relatively quickly, so that's good to know. I know that might be lost on some of you, but don't worry, we will get to that. In order to get to that, however, we're gonna need to go on a clay mission. So let's go ahead and fire up some more water and make sure that we are fully satiated with our thirst, and then we can go on another little mission for some more clay. We'll just kind of go up that way, just along the shoreline. Won't be anything too crazy. We'll hang out for just a minute here while that boils down, and then we will go ahead and go on our clay mission. Alright, water's just about finished up here. And there we go, so we can go ahead and drink that. We'll go ahead and take this with us, just so that on our way back, we can grab another bowl of water and go ahead and put that on. Let's check our time real quick. An hour. Oh, I'm glad I checked that. We'll go ahead and keep that going. Then when we come back, we'll go ahead and do a little bit more of a firewood mission. And the next thing I think we're gonna want to do, hopefully we can, oh good, here's 8, okay. Hopefully we'll run into some more copper on the way too, because it'd be nice to get a little bit more bronze. I think we're gonna need, I'm not positive, because I would like to do the wheelbarrow next, and we needed some nails for that. I don't remember how many, so we might be okay with the amount of bronze that we already have. But that's fine. For now, we'll just take a nice little, lovely little stroll down the shoreline here. A nice little afternoon jog, shall we say. Maybe not a lovely stroll. We are sprinting, so you know. To some people, that's a stroll, I suppose. To me, no, that's death. Oh man, we got some blight people. We got a lot of. Oof. Wonder how deep that is. Seems to be flowing that way, so there's a good amount of mud of clay there though. I'm gonna go for it. Hopefully it's not too deep. It is flowing the other direction. Also, don't push me into the blight, please. Oh, thank you. Okay. That actually wasn't too terrible. There we go. We'll just do that. I mean, this is a decent chunk, so that's a good amount of clay there. As we progress, we are able to make some, I was going to call it a boat. I think it's more of a raft, but some flotation devices, let's say. So that will come in quite handy. I'm not sure about building bridges, you know? I have never really tried that. That may be a possibility. That might be something we experiment with here in this playthrough. I've never really tried to build a bridge. I've always just kind of, you know, used the boat or ran through the water or done whatever. Okay, way overshot that. Oh, it's a piece of flint anyways. That's embarrassing. I definitely didn't think that was an animal. I was definitely just doing target practice, that's all. I swore I saw it moving. Did it move? Alright. Lots and lots and lots of clay. Which it is kind of nice that we didn't have to go too far and just cross a little river here. And it wasn't too bad to get over here and get all this. I think we'll have to go back up towards where we crossed originally, because down here it is closer to camp, but it's definitely wider and maybe, you know, stronger waters and whatnot. And if you go into the water too much with all your tools and whatnot, they will begin to rust, they will begin to degrade, there will be bad things, so you don't want to be doing that as much as possible. I'll get some mud too. Although, well, no, that's, I mean, I don't know. That probably gets pretty deep right there, I think. May as well just fill this up the rest of the way basically with mud, because we're going to need the mortar for things as time goes on. And just because I don't want any dropped and hanging around, we'll just call that good. That's basically... I feel like it gets deep, right? Ah, screw it. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that got a little deep. That wasn't too bad though, actually. I thought it was going to be much worse. And I think camp should be right over there, right? Is that right? That is sort of right. We are... okay. Oh, that map comes in handy. So, camp's actually over that away, but... wait. Yes, over that way. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even bothering. But you know what? Why don't you stop? Will you stop? Thank you. I didn't mean there, but can we... oh my god. See what I mean? Sometimes it's like way higher, sometimes it's lower, sometimes it's just... oh, but you're swimming. Oh, that was so close. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and leave that at that. We'll repair our Stupid rabbit. Now I get it. I get why Yosemite Sam was so angry. Or was it Elmer Fudd? It was Elmer Fudd, wasn't it? It was both, actually, I think. I'm gonna pretend it was both anyways. Okay, so let's go ahead, put some mud in here. We're gonna need to make a few bricks. We can make 6, right? We're gonna need 7 really, but we can also do, what else can we do? Well, we could do the axe with the 7th brick maybe. That'll probably work out fine. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you. And I'm gonna wait on the bowl because I'd rather just honestly just do the pot. And like everything else basically needs to be in the big one. I guess we could do a knife mold just so that we have it. Alright. Let's load you. Oh, whoops. Nope. Let's load you up so that we have enough to build the other U. Oh, I guess I didn't make 7, but you know, thought I did. Oh, I did. There it is. Alright. Break you down. I forgot to get water on the way back, but that's okay. We will grab. Has someone ever made a leaf pile? Okay. I just very much felt like that was the thing I should have done. What are they, 5 or 4? 5, okay. And I need a little bit of charcoal. Let's go with... Actually, no, we're going to do multiple firings, so we can just do a stack of 5 this way. And then next up we'll do you, and you, and you. Okay. Okay. Alright, there we go, clearing up a little bit of inventory space. I know we got a whole crap load of all that stuff. Now it's a good time to finally start this stockpile that I keep thinking exists and absolutely does not. Alright, there we go. We should be able to pick you up now, hopefully. Will you... You'll fit like that, and then you can fit under that, and then... You fit... Oh no, you'll be your own thing. Okay, so we'll need to do 2 more rounds of firing. So we probably will end up needing a little bit more charcoal, but that is okay. And with that being said, let's... Well, dang it. I guess... Go ahead and do a stockpile of clay, and we'll just take out like, oh no, not 1, what the, okay, there we go, that's what I was trying to do. it down the other way, but that's okay. It's way down here. Mud mortar, let's just make out, sure, 3,200 grams. I mean, we're going to need it for other things too. And I think we have a little bit in storage, maybe. Do we? Or even is it? It all looks the same at this point. Mud mortar, there we go. No, it's just dirt and mud, okay. I don't remember how much we need, but we got that covered, so that's good. So we're just waiting on our bricks there, and then we can go ahead, fire this other stuff, and then we can start building the bigger clay things. So we'll build like the bowl and the pot, or the jug, or whatever it's called. I mean, that'll probably set us up okay just for the time being. We'll probably do multiple jugs, hopefully, because as you will see, they can, yeah, they'll be used for different things. We're gonna need them for, oh, look at this, we got a rabbit, awesome. So as you see, you have to do the deed here and then go ahead and pick them up. You then have to harvest. Each thing takes a different amount of time, of course. There are different things you can do with the different items, which we'll get into, but not at this exact moment. Basically, the easiest thing that I want to show you is cooking. So, get a few dandelions. I don't remember exactly how much is needed, so we'll just start there. So, if you just use your stone bowl, or any cooking surface really, you can add dandelions in, and you're going to end up getting salt as you cook those down. Salt is going to be used to season foods, and it does become pretty important. No, of course, the garlic's gone. So garlic also gets used for seasoning foods. So we'll have to come get some out here in just a second. And where's the other thing? You can't fit also, can you? Oh, you can. Oh, there we go, the other brick. Oh, good, you guys all fit. Excellent. So I don't think, yeah, our garlic isn't quite ready to harvest yet. 2 weeks left, yeesh. Okay, I don't remember where there was garlic. Dang it, I should have grabbed some. I feel like there was some not too far away though. Problem is I don't remember where. Haha, finally victory. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I don't think that's the patch I was thinking of, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Or maybe it was. Wow, that was closer than I thought. Alright, so we will take our salt out. We'll go ahead and separate these garlic cloves. And here we go. So you can add raw rabbit meat, which will give you okay stuff, right? It gives you 38 hunger. Little contamination because this one's contaminated, but you know, pretty decent. However, we can go ahead and I want to say it's 20 and 1. So we can go ahead and add garlic and salt, and now we have, oh, it's very bland, so we'll see. Cooked and seasoned rabbit meat, which actually added less, but maybe it's, that was actually worse than the bland one was, but maybe it's 20 and 2 or something like that. Oops, not craft, no, split. I don't know, we'll see, we'll play around with this here. There we go, flavorful. So now, as you can see, we get 44 health and stamina recovery. So we're going to go ahead and cook one of those. And as you can see underneath the little description of it, it says it can be preserved. Lots of preservation can be done in this game, which is very cool. And we are almost there. So we'll begin playing with some of that very soon, hopefully. Alright, let's build this guy up. So the large vessels that I was talking about, those are what you can use to preserve things. And there's two different ways. There's pickling and salting, essentially. So we just saw how to get salt. So you just add salt into a container and throw in some meat or whatever you want to preserve in there. That is one way. Another way is pickling, which is you have to take berry juice and then ferment it, and it'll turn into, I don't remember what they call it, but it's either kind of like a wine or a vinegar kind of idea. I mean, either, you know, same thing basically, just add time. And so you can do that and then put it into a vessel, and it will also preserve things such as meats. So with all that being done, now that we have our big guy, let's go ahead and do some. We're gonna need some definite room here, and we can add some more room by placing these molds down. There we go. So let's go ahead and, not sure how much it takes, but let's make a jar. Okay, it takes 600. So we're gonna make, eventually, actually let's make 2 of those maybe, and a pot. So we're gonna need 7 and 6. We're gonna need 1300 total, plus maybe an ingot mold, so that's gonna be 2200 total, and we have 400. Okay, so let's grab another 1800 or another 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. So we will do an ingot mold. We'll do another clay jar, and I think a pot was our other thing, right? There we go. Look at that. And as you can see, a lot more room in this one. At this point, we really can deconstruct our clay kiln if we want, or our mud brick kiln if we want. Isn't really much use for it, honestly, now. I'm wondering if we can also fit a pan right there, a resource pan. How much does that cost, I wonder? No, what are, I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm not sure where to find it. Let's just, surely it costs more than 600, huh? It costs 600, awesome. Alright, we'll go ahead and do that. See if we can fit that in here too, and we can. Look at that. We have a little bit of extra room that we could use up, but that's fine. That's pretty good efficiency, I would say. Now, as you can see, we have excellent cooked rabbit meat. Intestines, we can craft down into sausage casings. That meat that we had, you can grind it up and turn it into ground meat and turn it into sausage. For now, I like to be set up a little bit more for that to preserve the sausages, and the balance is hard. The ratio of fat and meat and intestines that's used is kind of crazy. You're gonna end up with extras of this and not enough of that, and I mean, not that that's a bad thing, but it just makes it a little more challenging. Where this, you can make the whole thing. Let's go ahead and get this big kiln going so that we have our things, our vessels, you know, the things, you know. We're gonna want the things going because I want to go ahead and I want to use at least one of these clay jars to go ahead, and I'm going to show you about preserving our cooked rabbit here. Hopefully we will be able to do that. Make up a little bit of room here. Alright. With that, we can now grab... Oh, let's grab a long plank. Turn that into that. We are going to need our stopper in order to do this. In order to use our thing appropriately. And then we're going to need some more salt as well. So this is why I was leaving all these dandelions that are nearby, because it's just easy to grab them real quick as we need them. And it takes, I mean, it takes a fair amount of salt to preserve things. And I'll kind of show you the mechanics of that here in just a moment. I know we had some other patches nearby, other places too. I just don't remember where they all were, so I'm just kind of running around quickly. This looks like a patch. No, blueberry bushes with the sun on them. Made them look like dandelions. So ideally, you know, as time goes on, you'll have all this stuff kind of ready to go. You'll have covered containers and stuff that you can keep your salt in, and it's just ready to go. Right now, we're of course a little pressed for time because this is slowly worsening its condition. As you can see, it's down to 95%. Luckily, we, you know, did it really quickly, and it was at like 98 when we were done cooking it, I think. So not a huge deal, but we're gonna go ahead and just cook up all this salt. We're going to need more than that to ideally preserve, but it will give you at least a look into kind of how this works. Now, do you have to do all this and be as stingy with your charcoal as I am? Absolutely not. But resource management is absolutely huge on this game, as I've said. And, you know, if you don't do it, that is fine, but it definitely makes things easier if you do. In many ways. We'll get these guys just for some quick firewood action. All those two things are finishing up, and then I'll show you just kind of a quick and dirty version of the preservation. Actually, are those all young? Not small, okay. The young trees that try and keep, because eventually you'll need young tree trunks, or thin tree trunks, I think they end up being called, to do some particular crafting, but we'll get into that later. Alright, so the salt is done. What we're going to do is we're going to split this into 2 piles just to kind of illustrate the methods here. Alright, these are done. Excellent. That can run out. Who cares? I'll get all that later. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place a jar down. Just because we'll just place it at the head of our bed. Why not? We can oh, you know what? Did I do the wrong thing? No. What? Is it not the clay jars? Did I just do all this for no reason? Oh, I need to put the stopper on it first, that's why. So as you see, it's just empty right now. I could fill it with liquids, but that's all I can do. Now, if I do right click on the jar and I do add lid, wood stopper, now as you see, there's liquid contents and item contents. So real quick, I'll show that. Just liquid contents, you can cover it with the wood stopper. You add that on there, you now have item contents as well. So we can now place this and we can right click to examine. So now we can go ahead and put in our cooked rabbit meat, which is at 92% condition, which isn't too bad, right? So if we add in 80 salt, you can see now it's 0% preserved. It's going to take 70 hours almost, 10% efficiency, more salt needed. You see that down there on the bottom? So we'll add all the salt that we have. It's still going to take a long time, which isn't going to matter because we're going to end up actually eating that rabbit. But basically, for 100% efficiency, you need, if I remember correctly, you need this top row filled with salt. So these are 200 salt stacks in 200, so it'll be 200, 400, 600 grams of salt in there, and you will then have 100% efficiency at preserving. As once things are preserved, they obviously just last longer. So if you look, do we still have? Yeah. So this is a cured sausage that we started with. We've been in this how many days now? I don't know. Whatever, in-game days 5 or something like that. And this, maybe 4, whatever. This cured sausage is still at 61%. Now those do change based on your difficulty setting. You know, things will go bad quicker and whatnot. But the point is, if we make fresh sausage, it's only going to last, you know, not very long, a day or 2 or whatever. If we cure it, it lasts longer. So ideally you know, can set up a bit of a preservation process kind of area. And then also when you do it this way, you always have salt. So if when you do catch something, and if you want to, you know, cook up a fresh meal kind of thing, or it's used for lots of cooking things. But you know, you always kind of can have salt going that way, and it'll stay protected because it's a covered container. So it doesn't matter if it rains or anything, your salt will stay protected in there. And if you want, I mean, you could, you know, there's obviously lots of twists on that. You could just make a salt container and then use it as you need it. You could do, you know, all sorts of various things. But we will now go ahead and gather up some more dandelions so that we have kind of a little bit extra salt ready to go on hand. And I just got completely turned around. Okay. Not sure how that happened, but yeah, I just... There we go. Excellent. And you really can never have enough dandelions. I mean, they don't go bad, right? So you can always just keep a stock of them as well. And there we go. We're pretty much full, so we'll call that good. It is getting dark as well. So we will throw a few dandelions onto the fire, get them cooking down, and then we will add some firewood, chop some more, and then I think we're going to call it a night and probably call it a day as well, and we'll pick this up again. So there we go. Let's just add a bunch. The other nice thing would be if you could do some sort of a control click and just add all of the same type. Nice for little things like this, you know. There we go, 440 grand, so it'll take 52 minutes. I screwed up and didn't add that one. Whatever. And we'll just finish up this extra little bit of wood, throw it in for our stockpile for the morning. Actually, before I do that, let's see if we can add just before. I think we can maybe add one. There we go. Now we can go ahead and do the stockpile. Alright. And alright, that's just about done. So as you can see, we got quite a bit done now today. We can, well, we're set up pretty well now to start really rolling on things. We're gonna need to do a little bit more bronze so that, oh, speaking of, so here you go, hardened bronze. So this is fine if you only have this. You can add that in there multiple times, you know, like that, and that'll be fine. That'll melt down into your bronze. You cannot mix this with copper and tin in order to continue to make bronze. That is what I was getting at a long time ago, which I meant to go back to. But this in its state, though, you can just smelt it right down, and there you go. You have bronze ready to go. We will check out some panning next time. We'll go ahead and get another jar going for some liquid, probably, rather than preserving food, and we'll get our clay pot onto our fire next time. And as well, we're gonna go ahead and let's see, next time we're gonna definitely get one of these crafted. That is on the agenda for next time, because this will make everything just so much easier. holds quite a bit, so going out on resource gathering missions becomes a lot more fun. We also have a few other things to do. We got that hide, and so we are going to need to start tanning leather, and that is, I guess, in here. Yeah, we're gonna have to we're gonna put up a tanning frame, but in addition, you have to soak it, so you have to make a basin first. Soaking basin, which is another use for salt, and so we got quite a few things we're gonna have to start doing for our infrastructure, if you will, in our resource production. With all that being said, though, it's probably a good time to focus on kind of building maybe that base area. Maybe we'll make the wheelbarrow first and move over there and start actually building structures and whatnot in order to house all this stuff, because we're getting a little bit more set up now. We want it to be a little bit more permanent, rather than just having stuff all over out on the ground, which is fine too if that's how you want to do it. I've done gameplays like that, and it's fine. It just gets a little hectic, and it's a little more fun to do all the building and stuff too. So yeah, that might be kind of the goal. And looks like our salt is just about finished up, so we'll go ahead and add that in to our... What, I can't put that in my hand? Okay, that's weird. We'll go ahead and put the backpack on real quick just to go ahead and get the salt. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's because it's multiple ones. So here we go. Add in some salt. We're now at 45% efficiency. And we are, look at that, we ended up with just exactly 200 that, or 600. That is very pleasing, and I see that I actually was incorrect. This is 75% efficiency, so you actually need 4 stacks of salt in order to preserve something, which does make the logistics kind of weird. You could do basically 2 small pieces of meat, like 2 rabbits and a sausage at a time. You could do 5 sausages, yeah, or you could just not have 100% efficiency, which is fine too. But as you see now, that'll basically be ready in the morning. It'll be 6% preserved, or it is 6% preserved as of now. It'll be finished in just under 9 hours. Alright, let's go ahead and... Whoops, nope, we can't craft. Let's place. There we go. So, with all that being said, thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate it. Let me know how you're enjoying the gameplay, what you're thinking about the game so far, all that stuff. Leave some comments about, I don't know, life in general. And yeah, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go to sleep here. And then I will see you all in-game in the morning, and I don't know if it'll be the next stream, but next time I will see you all next time. It may be this game, it may be another one. I'm not sure what is on the agenda for the next stream, but yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Everybody, I hope you all take care and have a wonderful time, and I look forward to seeing you all. I'm going to go ahead and save as a new one, and then I'll sleep and begin in the morning next time. Alright. Thank you all once again for joining. Look forward to seeing you again. Let me know what other games you want to see as well. I know we need to finish up some of that. We need to finish up Hollywood Animal. I'm going to probably do some Satisfactory just for fun. And I definitely have a few other games in mind, but let me know what you like to see. Alright. Everybody take it easy, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.